don't dare to go backpacking. There are people who really likes who always hitchhike, but I wouldn't dare to do it. I don't know why.
Yes, there are many people that love backpacking, like you mentioned. Um, for example, once I went to Machu Picchu and I met some people from Australia and from England that were
Yeah,
backpacking,
yeah,
and
yeah,
some people
yeah.
from
Yeah, you have to be really brave, and you have to be really adventurous. Um, I am a person like this, but I don't dare. I wouldn't dare to hitchhike.
yes, well, hitchhiking, yes, it's a little more, I guess, is maybe risky in some places.
Yeah, in some places it is risky.
Then I have this other one.
Bus,
Yes.
bike, cycling, go cycling, bike everywhere. I found this word in the dictionary. I can say, for example, I bike to school every day. I cycle to school every day. I ride my bike to La Rioja, for example, every
Uh-huh.
day. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. You have different ways to express it too. Go biking, to bike, to go
exactly.
cycling, or riding a
Exactly.
bike. Imagine riding a bike in different parts of a country.
Yeah.
Renting.
Yep, I know people who travels to different countries in South America by bike, and they wanted to take a rest and decide what to do with its lives, and decided to go Brazil or Chile by bike.
Oh, you mean the people that want to take a sabbatical year?
Can you repeat?
A sabbatical. People that like to take 1 year off from work and to relax or see what happens with life is called a sabbatical or a
Okay.
sabbatical year.
I didn't know this word. It's completely new for me.
Well, it's a little similar to Spanish, a sabbatical.
Okay.
Is
Okay. I will try to search it, to look it up in a dictionary or in Google Translator, because I can't identify his writing. It's writing.
all right. I will post it in the I will put the writing in the
Okay.
message. Then you have this other one that is known, also popular, driving, renting a
Uh,
car.
Fortunately, I can't drive. I would like to learn, but I can't drive. And I wouldn't like to do it because you have to be very concentrated, and it's a very big responsibility.
Yes. Well, the good thing is that in Buenos Aires there was order in driving. We have another one.
Yeah. I am not watching the image now. I am not looking at the image now. Did you remove it?
Okay, let me see. I'm going to go back to. Can you see it now? It's a motorcycle.
Yeah, motorcycle. It's easier riding a motorcycle. I think. No, it's easier. It's easier than driving a car.
Yeah. Plus,
I, I, I have ridden a motorcycle in some opportunities.
easier to park too.
Yeah, yeah. It's easy to park. Yeah,
All right. Yeah. I guess the only thing about the motorcycle is that if you travel alone, is fine, but not much space for traveling with other people.
yeah. It is only for you or for two people, and you have to work out because uh, you are going to be cold. I think it's
Yeah.
because of speed. I think it is because of speed.
Yes. Now, we're talking right now the advantages and disadvantages of traveling by motorcycle. we can also discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each type of transportation. For example, the airplane. Advantages and disadvantages. What would you say?
Advantages and disadvantages in general.
Yes.
I can't list. I can't list the disadvantages because I have traveled a lot and I have had a lot of fun. I have known a lot of places and cultures. I have met lots of people, and most of them were really polite, were really good. The unique disadvantage that I have is that in some occasions I miss my mother and my little niece. And when I miss them, I'm sorry, this place can be the best, but I want to come back as soon as possible because I love my mother and my little niece. I don't know why, but I don't always miss them. But when I miss them, it's bitter. I want to come back as soon as possible.
That's it. The end of the trip. Yes, that's it, and that's the end of the trip.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yes, I suppose you can say that you are homesick.
Yeah. I know it's word, but I didn't remember now. Yeah. But not always. No, this thing not always happens to me. Not always happens to me. When I am far from my house, I don't miss anybody. But when I miss somebody, it's terrible. Sometimes.
All right. Yes. So from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, guys, we have another guest. Alessandro is here. You can, yes, hello, and you can also let him tell us about disadvantages or advantages of traveling. We are talking about traveling, yeah. Now.
Yes, the advantages, disadvantages of traveling in general, and we're also going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of traveling in each type of transportation.
You can tell about your own experience. What happened to you during traveling in any type of transportation?
Yes.
Okay. So, hello to everybody. My name is Alessandro. I'm Italian, and just a brief introduction. And the only disadvantage that I see in traveling is money. Money, the fact that you will spend money. Apart from that, according to me, is a great experience. And I've been going around the world for some years. After I bought an house, now I can't move so much, but I will start again in a few years. And the means of transport, I am a chemical engineer. I work in the oil and gas field. So unfortunately, all the transportation means create pollution, and so I'd say that it's something that anyway creates problems to the environment. Okay, we can, unless you go by bike or by walk. I like going around by walk, but it's difficult to get to China or to Argentina by walk. So I think we have to how to say accept what we make to the environment. We are consuming it, and okay, we can try to reduce. Maybe not more than one travel each year, avoiding Ryanair that is very polluting with the cheap flights. But that's the word.
Yes. So I understand you want to minimize the carbon footprint.
Yeah, but it's not just carbon footprint. Is we pollute in many ways apart from CO2. So there is of course everyone knows there is a problem, but what we do, for example, I am trying to to go electric in car and all my transportation, but it's a bit expensive. It's not very, very easy. So everyone can try to make a small step towards the containing of the pollution. That's what I think, what I believe.
Yes, I agree with you. In the other case, I suppose you mentioned that on foot, it's a little difficult to go to distant places.
Yes.
It will be on foot.
On foot. Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. All right. So yes, they all have. Well, like you mentioned, in general, many have their disadvantages. If we consider the carbon footprint it leaves, maybe more bicycle and on foot or backpacking are the easiest ones, or the ones that minimize this footprint we could leave. Yes, I agree with you. If the traveling is maybe once a year,